Hello Internet, it's me Josh, the Asian Gamer. So, happy Halloween! It's my favorite time of year, and what do we do on this channel around this time of year? Why, we take a look back at a retro, spooky-ass video game. And this year is no different, and the game I want to review today is actually a follow-up to the game I reviewed last Halloween, which was Splatterhouse 2. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is Splatterhouse 3! Splatterhouse 3 was published by Namco and released exclusively for the Sega Genesis, or Mega Drive for you non-Americans, in 1993. Thanks to the likes of the Mortal Kombat and Night Trap controversies, Splatterhouse 3 was one of the first games rated by Sega's own Video Game Rating Council, which gave the game an MA13. MA13 because of its disturbing gore and ultraviolence. But if you played any of the other Splatterhouse games, you'd fully expect that. And while this game does have its share of gruesome content, the story here is a lot darker and more disturbing than the last two. And I think that's due to two reasons. One, because your actions actually have consequences in this game. And two, they actually used actors for the cutscene stills. Namco did something really different with this title, and I really like it. But we'll see as we go on. Let's start with the story here. Roughly 5 years after the events of Splatterhouse 2, our hero, Rick, and his girlfriend, Jennifer, are now married. They even have a son together named David. Rick has made it big in Wall Street and is doing pretty darn well for himself as he's able to afford a giant mansion in Connecticut. He's also been able to put his awful memories of the Terror Mask and Dr. West and all his monstrosities behind him. Not for long, though. Because of a forbidden seal that was broken in the last game, a cult of demons invade Rick's home and try to use Jennifer and David to revive a being known as the Evil One. The Terror Mask calls out to Rick again. Rick has no choice but to don the mask once more to save his family. So let's do this. Let's go! So like the other Splatterhouse games, this is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, but here, it's more comparable to the likes of Streets of Rage or Double Dragon. Rick can punch, and jump, and grab, and toss, and all that good stuff. I find grabbing these monsters and headbutting the shit out of them works pretty well. Take this, bitch! Bam, bam, bam! Also, if you press a certain button combo, you can have Rick do this strong little kicking breakdance move. Yeah! While playing through the game, you'll come across these blue orbs. These orbs will fill up your POW meter here at the bottom. If your meter is filled at any point, press A and you'll mutate. As mutated Rick, you are of course a lot stronger. You dish out more damage and you'll also take less damage from enemies. Mutated Rick has some new moves as well, like he can choke out enemies, or even punch them in the nuts. Ha ha ha, take that! There's also this attack that has you shooting your guts out. So being Mutant Rick is pretty cool, but it does have its downside. He's a bit slower in this form, which is terrible when you have multiple enemies on screen attacking you all at once. I mostly save my mutation power-ups for boss fights. Be cautious when you use it too, because once you mutate and then kill all the enemies in a room, you turn back into normal and the meter gets completely drained, whether you used all of it or not. So it's not just the gameplay that got changed up, but also the level structures. Instead of just going right the whole time, you have an end goal. Because Rick has such a massive mansion, there's multiple paths you can go to reach the end. Once a room is cleared, press start to see your map. White doorways are direct links to the next room, while yellow doorways will teleport you. So everything isn't as straightforward as it seems. And when you're traveling through the house, it's kinda interesting to see what kind of rooms you'll find. Most of the rooms have bad guys, but some rooms will have ghost heads just hovering above. That's weird. There's also this room with a piano and, oh shit, a ghost! Jeez, look at that! There's also a few rooms with some real-life paintings, like this one here, Saturno Devorando a su hijo, or Saturn Devours His Son, by Francisco Goya. That's perfect for a game like this. And Goya must have some real fans with the Splatterhouse crew because 2 other paintings of his appear. While going through the rooms, make sure you keep an eye out for books that'll give you an extra life, and also weapons that can be used for some strong attacks. Unlike the last 2 Splatterhouse games, here, when you grab a weapon, you could potentially hold on to it throughout the whole level. It could be tough though, because as soon as you get hit and drop it, a spirit will come and take it away. Ah, you son of a bitch. So anyway, you'll want to experiment with different paths and find which route works best for you. And you'll want to find the fastest path because timing is crucial in this game. There's 4 different endings. If you want the best one, you gotta be quick. So in this first stage, as you make your way through the mansion and the timer goes down, you'll see little cutscenes every few minutes. Jennifer cowers in hiding, avoiding capture from the monster. Jennifer begins to smell of rot, of the grave. And that's English for a smelly rotten monster's coming to get her, not that she herself is starting to smell bad. The monster emits a foul smell and moves closer to Jennifer. We better hurry and find and kill this first boss. If you kill the first boss before the timer ends, then Jennifer is saved. But if you don't finish the level in time, Jennifer dies. Holy shit! In Splatterhouse 2, the whole point of the game was to save Jennifer, and now she could just die in the first level? It's pretty fucked up, don't you think? Now it's time for stage 2. If Jennifer died in the last level, throughout this whole stage, the evil one will taunt you for Jennifer's death. However, if you didn't let Jennifer die, well, it's not too late, it could still happen. Jennifer has been infected by the evil one, and we have to destroy the giant boar worm to save her. And if you aren't quick enough here, you'll start seeing some real horror movie sequences. The boar worm and Jennifer moves under her skin, sending ghastly waves across her flesh. It begins to devour her. The worm grows, feasting on her organs. The worm gorges on Jennifer's brain. It squirms bloated in her skull. You didn't save her in time. Holy shit, that's pretty freaking dark. And it gets worse. Jennifer has become a mindless beast, deformed by the boar worm. Even Rick couldn't recognize her now. She has changed forever. While it's not stated in the game, one would assume that Rick had to kill this mindless beast Jennifer as some kind of mercy kill. That's absolutely heartbreaking and terrible, and also really compelling. Let's continue! Stage 3 is all about saving Rick's son, David. Like Jennifer in the first level, you gotta hurry to save David in time. David is hiding in his room and, well, check out this boss. It's just a cute little teddy bear. Aw, how cute. What the fuck? Ew, fuck this guy. The next stage, we have to hurry to save David before he gets sacrificed. The boss here is this big floating sack with some monster fetus inside. Punch it enough times and the monster will come out. Let's kill it! Stage 5, the final stage, we'll be looking for the evil one and we'll kick his goddamn ass. This stage gets a lot more spooky with all this H.R. Geiger influenced backgrounds. Crazy how this guy influenced so many final level enemies and structures. We see it here, we also see it in Contra, and even Echo the Dolphin. Crazy. Anyway, we reach the end here and there he is, the evil one. A lot smaller than the last time we fought him though. I find mutating into Rick and just jump kicking this guy over and over works pretty darn well. So we did it! We beat the evil one and we beat the game! God damn it! That terror mask has been haunting Rick since the first game! It's been literally making his life a living hell! Well, let's do this. Let's end this all now, once and for all! So here we go, the real final boss of the game. the Terror Mask itself. It's got some tricky attacks, but we got plenty of power-ups available. Let's put an end to this. I feed off the suffering of humans. As long as there is human suffering, I will continue to exist. The horror of last night's battle has vanished. The sky is clear and blue. The evil one has once again banished to the bowels of the earth. Rick stands alone, the weight of failure hanging heavy upon him. His family is just a memory. Alone. All alone. Well, that's one of the endings. That's actually the worst ending you can get, where both Jennifer and David die. There is another ending where Jennifer lives, but David dies. David is only a memory, but Jennifer lives on. Rick, where's David? No. What an awful, depressing ending. Well, there's also the one where Jennifer dies, but David lives. Jennifer exists only in Rick and David's memory. Daddy, where's Mommy? What a haunting image. And that's 3 different awful endings of a family being broken. What about the best ending, where everyone lives? Can't see, can't hear, I'm dying! Rick returns to his family. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And ladies and gents, that's Splatterhouse 3. So, how does this game hold up today? I really appreciate the fact that Namco did something really different with this game. I mentioned in my Splatterhouse 2 review that I was disappointed how it felt too similar to the first game. Well, you don't have to worry about that here. The gameplay feels more fresh, and the new concept of multiple paths and multiple endings is a welcome take on the series. Normally, I'm not a fan of feeling like I have to speedrun through a game to get the best ending. It's unnecessary anxiety I just don't need in my life. But here, I'm really not that bothered. Maybe it's just me, but after playing all the other Splatterhouse games, any of these endings really feel dark enough to be a canon ending, so I'm not worried about what ending I get. And story aside, the gameplay feels solid. It's tried and true 90s beat-em-up action. The music and sound effects are great too. They all have that familiar Splatterhouse sound. Visually, the game looks alright. The digital actors really give the game some life here. The in-game graphics though, while the sprites look great, the backgrounds are a bit of a letdown. Because we're stuck in a mansion this whole game, you're mostly just seeing different rooms rather than some of the unique settings we saw in the last 2 titles. I mean, if I showed you this part, only diehards would be able to tell if this was off stage 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's not a deal breaker or anything, of course, but the only time you might see a unique setting is if you're able to find a bonus stage. Other than this very minor complaint, this game is freaking awesome. And if I'm going to be honest, I think Splatterhouse 3 is my favorite of the original trilogy. And, well, I think this is the last time I'm going to be talking about Splatterhouse on this channel. As of this point, I've reviewed all the Splatterhouse games. I reviewed Splatterhouse 1, Splatterhouse 2, Splatterhouse 3, also Wanpaku Graffiti, and Splatterhouse 2010. That's it, that's all the games, that's the entire series. So, any final thoughts about the Splatterhouse games? Well, yeah, it's a damn shame that the series is pretty much dead. But I get it, ultra gory stuff like this is not for everyone. I'd love to see the series return though, and call me crazy, but after playing Splatterhouse 3 again, I think the series would translate really well into a Metroidvania title. Imagine like a big Dr. West mansion and you have to go around and defeat crazy monsters and collect their souls for new power-ups and whatnot. That would be really cool. If you yourself want to check out the series, I recommend Splatterhouse 2010 for the PS3 and Xbox 360. It's my personal favorite game in the series, and also you can unlock Splatterhouse 1 through 3 in it too. This version of Splatterhouse 3 has some cutscenes redone for legal reasons, I guess, but it's still the same game. Splatterhouse 2010 is really fun, and I really hope somewhere down the line Namco decides to give it the old remastered treatment so we can play it on newer consoles. But yeah, Splatterhouse, if you somehow don't get resurrected, shall you rest in peace. You were a great source of gory, horrifying entertainment. But those are just my opinions. What do you guys think? What do you think of the Splatterhouse series? What Splatterhouse game is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below if you like this video. Go ahead and like. If you want to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, you can do that too. I hope you guys have a great, safe Halloween, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care!